All right, listen up. Your warm-up is on the board.
Good morning, Mr. Raymond.
I want you guys to do 9 and 10 for me, okay? 9 and 10. Oh, come on. Let me see if I can... How about that? Is that better?
Mr. Raymond, what time do we take pictures?
Again.
I have no idea.
You look very good.
Thank you.
Good morning, QI. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please stand for the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
With liberty and justice.
for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silent meditation, please. Please be seated. Join me in saying happy birthday to Noah Mickelson. Happy birthday to you. Hey, if I forgot your birthday, I do apologize, and happy birthday to you anyway. Teachers, at this time, please complete your attendance. Also, if you would please, teachers, check your email. We have picture day schedule for how we're going to run the pictures today. Aerospace students, let's get those permission slips turned in, and it's also been opened up to high school students. If you need a permission slip, let's get it and get it turned into Colonel Ski. Picture day is today, folks, and I see some wonderful looking folks on campus. So we will be starting at 9:15. Teachers, 7th grade, A through F. 9:15, 7th grade, A through M will report to the gym. A reminder, please maintain a 6-foot distance while eating in the courtyard areas or any group more than 2 people, folks. Appreciate you all, ladies and gentlemen, through word and deed, quality, integrity, respect, and mutual accountability. Have a wonderful day.
All right. Hats off, Grayson. You know how that goes. All right, you're working on 9 and 10 as your warm-up. You guys know that A is just off the side of the page a little bit. I can't get it any smaller. There's your whole question. There you go. Shane, Autumn, Carla, Wyatt. What?
On like the A, B, E, where would that go to? It's already.
Oh, there's 2 ABEs. Think about it. Think about it. Giving you. Because you're supposed to think about it. Use the gray matter that God has given to you that is absolutely amazing and wonderful. It's in there, right? And it's good. Like, what, for interactive stuff? I got these. I don't like them. They're not really that great. You might have to
Mr.
try
Raymond.
Staples. You might have to try Staples. But it's like the top half is Kraft. The bottom, I don't like it, but that's all I got. Okay. Yes, Mr. Hudsmith.
My Starleaf is saying I have an unstable network connection, so I'm going to try and rejoin the meeting a few times to see if the video call comes back, because I can't see your video.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, hey, I got you this here, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, here, Elisha. Elisha's here. Isabel Chapman. Gotcha. Mariah Coleman. Violet. Constantino. Got you. Brandon Day. I saw you. Raven Hill. Gotcha. William Hudsmith is here. Trevor Isom. Got him. Joaquin. Good. Roy. Saw you somewhere, Roy, I thought. Roy, gotcha. Aaron Jensen. Okay. Okay. Gia Johns. Jew. Jocelyn. Good. Kaylee. Good. Hey, Kaylee, make sure you finish your knowledge check in Alex. Because as of right now, I'm not showing that you finished it. Lumpkin. Don't see. Leon. Here, Nick. Here, Serena Oliver. Serena, I see you. Good. Seppi. Got you. Caitlin Slaughter. Caitlin. Don't see Caitlin. Anna Stegall, I got you. Jake Strom. Jake, I see you. Joseph, I see you. Tinsley. All right, so just the test is next week, Wednesday. Our plan is today we're going to talk about angle relationships. We will on Friday go over. You guys will start doing the study guide on Friday. We'll go over questions on Monday. You'll have your test on Wednesday, and then we start into Unit 2. Yes, ma'am.
The people that are online, do they have pictures of? What? Are you dumb? Like, on camera?
They can come here and take their picture, yes. They've been told to come, I think, at lunchtime or something like that. But, I mean, they can take a picture on their cameras anytime they want to. All right, so picture day today, just so that you know. What the heck does this mean? Oh, okay. 8th grade, A to M is going to be at 10:15. Last name N to Z will be at 10:45. So what is that, like right near the end of this class?
Yeah.
If you're in 9th grade, you'll go at 11. 10th grade will go at 11:30. 11th grade will go at 11:45.
Wait, so 48 divided by 4.
Wait, so when do we?
10, 15.
No, if you're lying.
No, we're going to be going
Okay, so you guys with your warm up?
No.
No?
Next year. Yes, Matt.
This algebra?
Hey, shh. Focus. Get your warm-up done. You're done?
Mr. Raymond, I've never really interviewed you.
That's good. What?
Number 9, I got a weird fraction for S.
You shouldn't get a weird fraction for x. You should not get a weird fraction for x.
Can the answer just be a version? I think I got a wrong answer because I got 12 for X.
That sounds pretty good.
I thought it does. I got a mommy up.
You got to make sure you set it up right, though.
I think I did set it up right.
Good. Those who got weird fractions, make sure you set it up right, though. I'm going to give you about 3 more minutes. 3.
Did y'all post this on Canvas yet? Your table with content? Mr. Student? Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Yes, do the day before you.
Watch Canvas. You got to be checking Canvas. That's why I'm asking for a notebook check. Is because I want to make sure that you guys don't get behind on it.
Can I take a picture of every single page whenever you check the notebook?
No, I'm being very specific about what I want you to submit. This one is just your table of contents. What?
Did you take notes on Monday?
No, Monday? We didn't take notes on Monday, did we?
We went over the homework. You did Alex.
For 15 minutes and we went over the homework.
I wasn't here. Well, I was.
Right.
Mr. Ringo.
What?
You need to wait for a second.
I'm stuck on
Or I'll come to you, never mind.
I'm stuck on
Should I rewrite my notes? Should I have all my paper contacts in here and then I switch over to this one and I print it?
I would probably, yeah, because you should have a table of contents in here. Your first 5 or 6 pages should be table of
Okay,
contents.
so I just switched it over.
Which is fine. But you want to make sure that you get everything transferred to this.
Okay, because I ran out of paper to print it.
Cute idea, though. Right? Yeah, it's all right. Just transfer it over. You're good. All right, you got a minute left.
Did you say 1 minute? No. Yeah. My sister anyway.
It's not flash you.
No, that's probably still the slot.
It's algebra.
No, this is geometry.
Oh my.
Say,
Mr. Raymond, I suck at
Where?
The slap on the leg. What?
In finding distances between things, you can find heights of things without actually having to measure them. Like, we're going to take a day and actually go out and measure, like, how tall is the school or how tall is the flagpole without using a tape measure to start at the bottom and go to the top. It's called geometry and using similar triangles.
Well, I don't know.
Is there any math involved?
If I know my height, and I know the distance of my shadow, and I know the distance of the shadow of the flagpole, I can figure out the height of the flagpole because it's a similar triangle.
Please pardon the interruption. You can now release 7th graders, last name A through M, to the gym for photos. You
All
can
right.
now release 7th graders,
So let's look at what they give to us.
M to the... Yeah, thank you.
They give us ABF is 6x plus 26. So ABF right here, 6x plus 26. EBF is 2x minus 9. So this little angle right here is 2x minus 9. Then it says ABE, and this is where Madison got upset with me because she was like, Mr. Raymond, which way do we go? And I said, I don't know. Think about what they gave you.
What?
No, so here's what she's saying. Mr. Raymond, there's an ABE this way. And Mr. Raymond, there's an ABE this way. Which one do I want to use?
The other one.
Well, the green or yellow?
Yellow. I don't know.
Think about what they
Gave you, ladies and gentlemen.
It's yellow because you know the numbers.
You know the two angles that make up the yellow one. So you don't want to go green. You want to go yellow because what have we been working with? The angle addition postulate.
which says that
If I know the two angles that make up a larger angle, I can add them together to get that angle. What?
Wouldn't it be the same thing pretty much?
No, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing at all. Do you see?
I get the drawing and stuff is the same thing, but if you set up the problem right and stuff, but like you have the drawing wrong, but you still get the right.
Well, you'll get mathematically. But if you go to use that and you say, hey, the answer that I get is for the green one, that's going to make no sense.
Oh, yeah?
Because look real quick right here. Look. The yellow angle is less than 180 degrees. The green angle is more than 180 degrees. So if you solve this, you'll get this angle here. But if you put it up here, it just makes no sense because the green angle goes further than 180. How many degrees are in a circle?
180.
360.
360. Half of a circle is 180. So I'm glad that you guys see that there's two different angles. But I want you to use your brains to think about what did they give me? And then what have I been working with? What is it that I know? Well, I know the angle addition postulate. I know that 6x plus 26 plus 2x minus 9 should equal 11x minus 13 because of the angle addition postulate. Do you see that now, Madison?
Yeah.
I know you're just saying that. So 6x plus 26 2x minus 9 equals
Oh, I thought I said it.
11x minus 13.
Oh, I set it up right, Mr. Raymond. Working.
What?
Doesn't matter if the 11x minus 13 in front.
But you're not trying to solve this.
No, as long as it's the only thing on that side. Yes, ma'am, Jasmine.
Isn't it 31?
Yeah, just send it back there. Huh?
Isn't that minus 31?
Sorry, minus 31. Yes, sorry. Thank you, Jasmine. And then I'm just going to solve. 8x plus 17 equals 11x minus 31. 3x equals 48. X equals 16.
Huh?
Check
I
your
thought
math.
X equals 12.
Check your math.
How long did it take you to learn this stuff?
Not long.
Less than.
Part of this is algebra from last year, solving for an unknown.
that is the
Listen, That is the simplest form of algebra.
I subtracted wrong.
And the other part of it is just knowing how to add and subtract, which that's like second grade math.
Now I feel. No, okay, I was off by 1. I put 4 instead of 3, so that's not.
Okay. So now that you know what x is, you can plug in x because it's asking for angle ABF. ABF is 6 times 16 plus 26. Or what is that, 96 plus 26, which is 122?
I have those.
122, good. Now, number 10... Number 10, can I erase what I drew over here so we can draw out number 10? Because it's always easier for me to write down. They've told me what it is they're giving me. BD bisects CBE. What does that mean? To bisect something? Cut it in half. So, that means I have two congruent angles now, right? So, there's my BD bisects. Ray BC is, what's that upside down capital T? Perpendicular. Okay. Ray BC is perpendicular to BA. So that means this is a what kind of angle? Right angle worth how many degrees? 90. Good. All right. Then it tells me that CBD is 3x plus 25. And DBE is 7x minus 19. So there's those things. And it says find ABD. Find ABD. Oh.
That's easy.
Is it now? So what do? How do you set it up?
3x plus 25
Equals what? Yeah.
equals, sorry. 7x minus 19.
Why are you setting those two things equal to each other?
Because they're
Absolutely. Because they are congruent, set them up equal to each other. Solve for x. So I find out that CBD equals 58, ABC equals 90. So I'm just going to take to find angle ABD. I'm going to take 90 plus 58. $148. Those of you who waited for Mr. Raymond to put the answers up and wasted your warm-up time, good luck on your test next week.
I don't know how to do it. I just needed help on the.
I'm just saying, there are those who, and not just in this class, but in all my classes, waste their warm-up time and waste their other stuff because they go, well, Mr. Raymond's going to give us the answer anyways. That's foolish on your part. I'm gonna go ahead and call it what it is. That's dumb. Well, I'm not gonna do the work because that's just too much. I don't. Ladies and gentlemen, read it. Come on, you can do this. I believe in you. I need you to believe in you. I believe you can do it. But waiting for me to just give you the answers, that's not the way to do it, is it? All right, so let's take a look real quick. Next blank page in your notes, please. We're going to look at some angle relationships.
Can I go back before starting?
You better go quickly. Our plan is we're going to take these 5 little notes. We're going to do 6 little practice problems. Then we'll take a little mask break. We'll come back and we'll do some more practice problems together. And then you'll have your homework assignment, which should be homework number 5, I believe. Then when you come back on Friday, we'll look at that homework, go over any questions. You'll start your study guide.
I'm
Go
just going to be here Friday.
finish your study guide up on Monday. We'll go over it. Wednesday, you got your test. You're not going to be here Friday? I'll give you your study guide today. Make sure you get it before we leave, okay? All right. So to do this note today, we're going to kind of make like a word web, okay? We're going to do a word web. And so right in the middle of your page, I want you to just write angle relationships. Angle relationships. And we're going to do 5 different relationships. So the first relationship are what we call adjacent angles. Adjacent angles. Two angles that are next to each other and
Is that a D then a J?
adjacent. That's why I said it that way as well. Next to each other and share a side. Two angles that are next to each other and share a side. Okay, so we got to remember something real quick. What is the side of an angle? What do we call that? What do we call the side of an angle? A ray. Good job. Thank you. A ray. So they share a common ray. So adjacent angles are going to look something like this. Angle 1 and angle 2. Adjacent angles.
What is the sign for over? I forgot.
It's an arrow. Okay. Everybody got that? Awesome. Yes? No? We okay? Okay. All right. The next relationship are what we call complementary angles. Complementary or complementary, however you want to do it. Oh, you look nice today. Yeah, I like your angle. You look really sharp. I get the point. Huh. Sorry. You're really cute. Why? It's like, seriously? That's not what complementary angles mean. Okay? Complementary angles. Any two angles whose sum is 90 degrees. Any two angles whose sum is 90 degrees. Now, I'm going to draw up two sets of complementary angles because I want you to make sure you understand what this means. They could look like this. Angle 1 and angle 2. What other type of angles are those? Just talked about it. Adjacent, yeah. These are also adjacent angles because they share a ray. Or they could be like this. Angle 1 is 20 degrees, angle 2 is 70 degrees. Together, their sum is 90. So they are complementary or complementary angles. Questions on this? What you got?
I messed up on mine. I need to fix it. I just got a name.
I don't care. Let me guess, you didn't write it in the middle of the page like I said to, and you ran out of room?
Right there.
Yeah, uh-huh. All right. You can make it however you want to. I was just trying to do something different from our normal setup. All right. Our third set of angle relationships are called supplementary or supplementary angles. Depending on where you're from, tomato, tomato, potato, potato, complementary, complementary. You ever listen to British people speak? They say the same words we say, but they say them different. And you're like, what? Yeah. All right. Yep. Supplementary. Any two angles whose sum is 180. Yeah. Supplementary. I don't know who Terry is, but angle 1, angle 2. Notice they form a straight line. Again, I'm going to draw two sets of supplementary angles because they might look like this, where they are also adjacent, right? Or they might look like this.
Ah, spooky. Ooh.
Angle 1 and angle 2. Angle 1 is 50. Angle 2 is 130. But together,
180.
they're 180. So they're supplementary angles. Am I going too fast or are we doing okay? Okay.
I feel like this is easier than the other stuff. Yeah.
Well, here's what's funny. You're going to notice why we went over the angle addition postulate just a little bit, because you can actually, you're using it right to find that two angles are 180. You know that, man, angle 1 and angle 2 add up to be the whole angle. Look at the 90. Angle 1 and angle 2, they're together. They share a ray. They're adjacent, so they add up to be 90. When you were talking before about the angle addition postulate, we're using adjacent angles. Understanding that the angle 1 plus angle 2 would give me the whole angle, or angle 3. Does that make sense? All right, so the next angle relationship, and this kind of ties a bunch of things together, and you're going to be like, oh, wait, I've seen that word somewhere. This is called a linear pair. Have you seen that word linear anywhere before? Last year, what did it mean?
Line.
It means it's a straight line, right? Oh, it means that it's two angles. Two angles that are, now here's the kicker, you ready? Two angles that are adjacent and supplementary. Bless you. Two angles that are adjacent and supplementary. They form a straight line.
Teachers, please pardon the interruption. All seniors report to the gym. Please disregard your appointment time. All seniors report to the gym at this time. Please disregard your appointment time. Thank you.
Angle 1 plus angle 2 equals 180, so that is a straight line. Notice they are both adjacent and supplementary.
That was for the seniors who needed pictures only. Only seniors who needed pictures. Thank you.
Thank you for the clarification. The very last relationship, and this is something that you would have learned had you taken 8th grade math or pre-algebra. These type of angles are what we call vertical angles.
Wait, why don't we get pre-algebra?
Because you jump straight into algebra 1 here.
And I hate that. We pretty much did do pre-algebra because Mr. Raymond took us all the way back.
Oh, we did a lot, but we didn't get into the geometry piece of it. We stuck to just the algebra piece of pre-algebra. There's a geometry piece as well that's in 7th and 8th grade math that unfortunately sets you up to really kind of struggle a little bit this year. So that's why I'm going to do my best to break things down. Okay, so vertical angles. Hold up. Let's just go over this. Two angles. Across. Two angles across from each other. On intersecting. Lines. They are always, please catch this, they are always congruent. always congruent. So to draw this one, I need two lines that intersect each other. Notice now I have four angles. Angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, and angle 4. Because they're vertical angles, angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. And angle 2 is congruent to angle 4. See how they look the same? Also, notice that 1 and 2 are what kind of angles? What are 1 and 2?
Acute.
1 and 2 are acute? No. 1 is obtuse, 2 is acute, but what type of angle relationship do 1 and 2 have? They're what?
Supplementary.
They are supplementary. What else did you say? Nope, they're not cut in half. They're linear pairs. Yeah. 1 and 2 are linear pairs because they're adjacent and they form a straight line. They're supplementary. 2 and 3 are what? Linear pairs. They are adjacent. They are supplementary as well. 3 and 4. Oh, same thing. Linear pairs. Supplementary and adjacent. Yeah. 4 and 1. Linear. Yeah.
Not only which, so when you have two lines that are intersecting,
You now have two sets of vertical angles, but you also have four sets of 4 sets of linear pairs, supplementary angles, and adjacent angles. You see that? Okay. All right. Everybody? Okay, good. Here's what I'd like you to do.
I want you to practice on 1
Through 6 real quick. Just identifying the type of angle. What is the relationship that the angles share? Now listen, you're doing questions 1 through 6. Did you hear me?
questions 1 through 6.
But you're only looking at
Angles
1 and 2 in each of those 6 problems. All right, Jamonte, help me out with number 1.
I got trouble in number 2. Well, I didn't.
Well, I wouldn't say you got in trouble yet then, because
I mean,
Raymond might
call on you. Jamonte, number 1. Okay. So when you say, is it vertical? That's a question. Why are you answering my question with a question? Answer my question with a statement. It's vertical. I love it. Yes. Are they anything else? Well, first of all, are they adjacent? No. Are they, meaning, do they add up to 90? They're going to be more than 90. Are they supplementary? No, because they're both less than 90. And they can't be a linear pair because they're neither adjacent nor supplementary. So vertical is the only thing we can do, right?
Yeah.
All right, good. Number 2, Jocelyn, Jurassic. Yeah. Miss Jocelyn, help me out on number 2. Oh, I can call on them too. They love it when I call on them online because then I'm waking them up and like they're not really there. They just turned on their computer saying that, yes, I'm here, but I'm not really here because I'm really in the living room watching a movie. Jocelyn, are you there? All right, how about Aaron Jensen?
I'm here.
Yes, Aaron Jensen, help me out with number 2.
I said it's complementary and adjacent.
Complementary and adjacent, exactly right. And he understood that they were complementary because this right angle right here tells me that this has got to be a right angle as well.
Can there be one more answer?
There shouldn't be any more answers. They're not vertical, meaning they're not across from each other on two lines. They're not supplementary, meaning if they're complementary, they cannot add up to be 180. If something's complementary, it can't be supplementary. Does that make sense? If they're adjacent, they can't be vertical. 1 and 2 cannot be complementary and supplementary at the same time. Does that make sense, Kaylin?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember, you're only looking at angles 1 and 2.
Okay.
Yep. You're not looking at all of the angles. You're only looking at 1 and 2.
Okay.
What is the relationship between them? All right? So let's come back in-house here. Bella, help me out with number 3.
Adjacent.
Adjacent. Ooh, I like that.
And linear.
And supplementary, yes. If you check adjacent and supplementary, but you did not check linear, you missed it. Because if they are both adjacent and supplementary, then they are linear as well. So if you click those two, you got to click a third. Make sense? All right?
What if we only put linear pairs?
If you pair, yeah, then you missed the other two. Because for them to be a linear pair, they must be adjacent and supplementary. Okay? All right? So let's have Gianna Stegall. Help me with number 4.
I got adjacent.
Adjacent. Okay, I like that. Is there anything else?
No.
Nope. Okay. Why couldn't you click? I mean, those look really close to complementary, don't they? I mean, it looks like it could be a 90-degree angle, right?
Yes.
So, but why can't we check that?
Because it doesn't have the little box.
Good job, Gianna. They will always give you the box if it's a 90-degree angle. Never, ever, ever, never, never, ever, never, ever, never. Did you catch me? Never assume that something is what it is by the drawing. Always assume that there's a little asterisk that says not drawn to scale. You know, like you go to the cereal aisle and you buy a cereal box and on the front it's got the asterisk that says enlarged to show texture, or cereal is not this big. I mean, like things like, listen, don't assume, hey, that looks like it's 90, so that's got to be 90. They will always put the little box in like they did for number 2 to tell you it's a 90-degree angle. Okay, good. Jasmine, can you help me with number 5? Here, let me zoom in. What you got for 5?
They're vertical.
They are vertical. You are good.
Would they be adjacent?
No, adjacent would mean they would share a ray, right? They'd share a side.
Is that it?
Nope, that's not it. There's one more that's missing. You have a friend in the back who's got her hand up who she might be willing to help you. Complementary. Why do you say complementary? Oh, because this says it's a right angle right here. But that would mean this is a right angle, right? And this is a right angle. And this is a right angle. But how does that help you to know that 1 and 2 are complementary? This right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Those things are congruent. So what does that mean?
But about angle 1, what is its...
The same.
It's the same as the other one, but you're correct. What does it mean? They're equal. You are correct. Added together, they make 90, but they're both congruent, so they're the same. The numbers have to be the same. What would those numbers be?
45.
45, yeah. It means that, hey, that angle has been cut in half. Yeah, remember, when you see a ray, that means this right here is an angle bisector. It cuts it in half. So if 1 is 45, what is 2?
45.
45, because they're congruent. Therefore, we have to also check complementary. If they're complementary, we can't select supplementary. They're definitely not linear because they're not adjacent or supplementary, so we're good. All right, all of you online who are freaking out right now because Mr. Raymond might actually call on you, I hope you're ready. Yeah, somebody better call Jocelyn and wake her up. Anastasia, can you help me out on number 6? You there, Anastasia? Hey, how are you?
Good.
Good. All right, help us out with number 6. What is the angle relationship between 1 and 2?
Vertical.
Vertical. Awesome. Can we do anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. So work with me real quick, Anastasia, okay? Just stay with me for a second. What does this little tiny box right here mean?
It means that's a right angle.
Okay, so that means this is 90 degrees. What would that make angle 1? What's the
Also
measure?
a right angle?
Also a right angle. So that's also 90 degrees, right? What would that make angle 2 then?
Also a right angle.
Also a right angle, okay? So quick question for you. If I added 1 and 2 together, what would I get?
180.
180. So can I check any other boxes up there?
Linear pair?
Linear pair means something different. Let's come up and take a look. Linear pair says they have to be adjacent and supplementary, right? Those two angles were vertical angles, so that doesn't work. But look what this says right here. What does it say about supplementary angles? Their sum is 180, right? Do you see it, Anastasia?
Yes.
Okay, so supplementary angles can have a sum of 180. So what would you say about angles 1 and 2? They're vertical and?
Supplementary.
Awesome.
Wait, since we're not looking at all the angles, is that like not complementary?
Well, no, none of them, thanks Anastasia for your help, none of them would be complementary because they would have to add up to be 90. And because these add up to be 180, they're going to be supplementary.
So the way it's complementary, like on the other one, it kind of has to be like a right angle bicep. Like, or like something less than.
Right. The two of them have to add up to be 90. Yep. Are there any questions over this? All right, so here's what I want us to do. See, 35. We've got 40 minutes. So what I want to do is I want to take a 5-minute break. We're going to take a break until 10 o'clock. More like a 3-minute break.
When we come back,
we're going to take a look at using our angle relationships to find angle measures. So this is our potty break. We're going to take 3 minutes. Y'all go use the restroom, step outside, take your masks off. 6 feet or masks. All right, here we go. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do questions 1 through 5 together.
You're going to do
6 to 9
on your own.
Then we'll go over it, and you'll do 10, 11, and 12 if we have time in class. That's what you'll work on next. But basically, here's what we're doing. We're taking the relationships that we just talked about, the information that we know about vertical, about adjacent, about complementary, supplementary, linear pairs, and we're going to use that information to help find the angle measures, okay? So let's look at number 1. I'm going to zoom in here. Let's look at number 1. First of all, what I want you to do is tell me what type of angles, what type of angle measures they are, and then what X would be. So Shane, help me on number 1 real quick. What type of angles are those two?
Oh.
What's the relationship between 112 and X? Do you see it, Shane? Hey, Shane. You see it up there, right? Number 1. What type of angle relationship are those? According to the 5 relationships that we talked about. See these up here? Do you remember them? Okay. So, Shane, help me real quick. What type of angles are those? Somebody at home has their mic on. Please, everybody, check your mics.
He's right there. I thought he was online. That's why I said that.
No, I'm waiting on Shane to help us out.
Oh. My pencil broke.
Shane, what type of angles are they, buddy? Vertical, absolutely.
Make sure that you
Talk nice and loud because I have a hard time hearing. Remember, I'm old. All right, so Shane, if they're vertical, what is X's measure?
I said that.
112, absolutely. Because vertical angles are always what?
Congruent.
Congruent. Yeah, always congruent.
I did that.
I would.
Since we're practicing them.
All 8th graders, last name A through M.
Okay.
A through N, all 8th graders report to the gym for photos.
No, you'll be back in time. All right, look at number 2. Huh? Are you an 8th grader? Is your,
Hey, all your phones up, fella.
yep, so that's you.
What are you talking about today?
Okay.
Shh, focus. Focus. Roy, help me with number 2. What's number 1? What is the relationship? And what is X? I would write these down since we're practicing them. Roy?
See the name of the page? Angle relationship?
Yep. Roy?
Roy's there.
Crap. He's probably sleeping.
Roy?
Because usually you have a camera on the LED.
No, Roy's definitely.
Hey, Roy, can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I got you.
All right.
All right, so what type of angle relation? Hey, Roy? Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, good. So what kind of angle relationships are they, Roy?
Complementary.
Okay, so they're complementary, meaning they add up to 90. Or is there anything else?
Adjacent.
Adjacent, perfect. So with that being said, Roy, if they're complementary and adjacent,
Yes, sir.
what is X?
X is 22 degrees.
X is 22 degrees. Good job. Nicely done. Hey, thanks, Roy. You're the best, man. All right, number 3. Let's come back in house. Amari. What type of angle are they, Amari?
Wait. Wait. Linear or supplementary?
Linear
Or and supplementary?
and supplementary and what? And?
Oh. Complementary? No, because you already got supplementary. Adjacent?
Adjacent. Nicely done. Remember, linears, if you click linear, you got to be able to click supplementary and adjacent. All right, so with that being said, X is what?
56. What?
Amari, it was amazing. I don't know how you did that.
But like,
Your voice was like on that side of the room. It sounded exactly like Wyatt. Like I was like impressed. Like you should go to Vegas and do one of them ventriloquist acts. You know, where because your mouth didn't even move.
and you changed your voice. So, I mean,
You could have a dummy sitting there just talking for you.
That's funny. That's real funny. It's no, it came off the wall. She talked.
Yeah, she talked it, bounced it.
while it's
Bouncing, it's changing its pitch. So, Mari, what did you get? What's the angle measure? What did your dummy say? What did he say?
Has to equal 180.
Yes, the total has to be 180. So how would you find X?
180 minus.
Yeah, 180 minus 124. 56, yeah. How hard is that?
I think my new class name should be dummy.
It's not. So listen, don't overcomplicate it. Because now we're going to get on to something like number 4.
Oh yeah.
Wyatt, since you like to talk so much,
I bet. Run it.
help me with number 4. What angle measure are you going to go with first?
Oh, I'm trying to draw it. All right, let me flip back to my notes. You're gonna go with. Oh, there's 3 of them now. Hold up.
Oh, yeah. You want to go with X, Y, or Z first?
Let's go with X, Y.
X. You can only take one at a time because X and Y, you don't know what they are.
So let's go with X.
X, okay? So how are you going to find X?
All right, so we finna do. Hold up. I'm confused. Would it be like 180 minus 43 or something like that?
180 minus what?
43.
Do 180 minus 43.
Because it's like the line.
Because they are called a what kind of pair?
Oh, they're called the supplement.
They are supplementary. But these two angles right here are also called what?
They're linear.
They're to linear pair, yeah. So you would take 180 minus 43 and you get...
Hold on. Yeah, 137.
All right, so Wyatt, next angle, what you going to go with?
I'm going to go with Z.
Z. Okay, why are you going with Z?
Because I think it's the same thing.
Why is it the same thing?
Because it looks like the same thing. So it'd be 180.
Looks can be deceiving.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Would it still be 180 minus 137?
So you're saying in this case it's 180 minus 137 to get Z?
No.
To get this angle down here?
Is it 1? I'm very confused.
Yeah, you should be. You sound like it.
Wait.
Wyatt, let me ask you a question real quick. Pay attention with me real fast. You ready? You figured out what X was, right?
Sure.
What kind of relationship do X and Z have in common?
So it'd still be 137?
What type of relationship do X and Z have? What type of relationship do they have?
They're linear. Like they're the same. Like they're.
They're not linear.
I forgot the word for it.
Yeah? Yeah, so in your notes, you should go back in your notes and look, right? What type of relationship? Wyatt, what type of relationship do they have?
Wait, hold on. It would be vertical because
They would be vertical, you are correct. And what do we know about vertical angles?
they're always
Always what?
congruent.
Always congruent. So they're always congruent. So therefore, X has to equal Z because they are vertical angles. So this is 137 degrees.
Yep.
Now which one you want to find, Wyatt?
I'm thinking that Y is going to be 43 too.
Y is going to be 43. Why?
Because they're congruent.
Because they are... What type of angles?
They're
Wyatt, you...
basically. I'm very confused.
Y and 43. Hold on, let me put my mask on, Wyatt, so I can walk up here. So you're telling me that angle Y and angle 43 are adjacent angles. For them to be adjacent, they must be next to each other, sharing a side. Are those next to each other? No. What are they? If they're not next to each other,
Are they vertical?
oh, they're vertical because they're across from each other. These are vertical, right? If these are vertical, what are these? Vertical. And if they're vertical, then they are always the same. What's the math word we use? Congruent. Next time, do it without a question. Congruent? Be positive. Own it. Yeah. Listen, can I tell you, I would have started with angle Y. Why? Because Y is congruent to the 43 because it's a vertical angle. And no math would be involved in that. But I like how you said Z and X were congruent, so therefore no math was involved in that. Yeah. It's okay. All right, where's Giuseppe?
Wait, can you switch over? I didn't get why?
Y is 43. It's a vertical angle.
Okay.
Giuseppe, help me out with 5. Giuseppe. Are you there, Giuseppe?
My hair is falling out of my dry. My hair look bad.
Somebody text Giuseppe and wake him up.
Let me get glasses.
Him and Jocelyn seem to be in the same hole.
What?
Dejanay, help me out.
It's like
Hey, Dejanay, help me out. Which angle measure you want to find first?
Why?
Y. Good. What is the angle measure of Y, Dejanay?
72.
Perfect. And why is it 72?
Because 72 and Y are both congruent, so they have the same.
Yes!
I love it, Dejanay.
Okay.
Thank you. They're vertical.
Fantastic.
Woo! So Y is 72. All right, Dejanay, what angle are you going to go with next?
X.
X. All right. How are you going to solve for X? That's right, with a pencil. Exactly right. So, Dejanay, what do you know about X and 72 or X and Y?
They're half of a circle.
Oh, they're half of a circle, or half of a circle would be they are how much in degrees?
180.
180, which would make them what type of angles? What's the relationship if their sum is 180?
Supplementary.
Yes, ma'am, supplementary, exactly right. So to find X, what would you need to do?
Take away 180 from 72.
Yeah, 180 minus 72 gives you what?
$108.
Awesome. Dejanay, you're amazing, girl.
Amazing.
You're rocking it. Hey, by the way, Amari was the one who helped me pick you.
Amari.
I heard her.
She said you should pick Dejanay. I was like, yeah, I should. All right, Dejanay, last, but certainly not least, angle Z. This one's a little more difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So look at angle Z. What do you know about the 72 and angle Z? What does this little box right here mean, Dejanay?
It's a right angle.
It's a right angle. Okay, so if that's a right angle, what's happening over here between Z and 72? Z in 72 must be what?
Complementary.
Complementary. Yeah, so they got to add up to be what?
180.
Ooh, check that again. Complementary is not 180. Complementary is
90.
90. Okay, so how am I going to find Z?
Take
9.
away
Take away.
72.
Okay, 90 minus 72 gives me
18.
18. Hey, you're the grand prize winner today, Dejanay.
It is.
Awesome job.
Woo!
Thank you, Dejanay, for your help. All right, so can I show you guys something real quick about this as well? There's multiple ways to get to Z. Okay, yeah, because think about this for a second. Dejanay followed it because it was a right angle. But I want you to think about this for a second. What if I drew just two lines, my orange and my yellow lines? You know that 72 and Y were vertical angles, right? Well, so that makes these angles congruent. But it also makes X and whatever this is congruent, right? So that would be what? 90 plus Z equals 180. And so couldn't I take, well, it is 108, and I get 18 again. Multiple ways to get to the answer. Remember, no one way is best. Thank you so much. Dakota's the only one with me today. Just kidding. No one way is best. Yeah, there's multiple ways to get to the answer. Great job. Thank you so much, Dejanay, for helping out. All right, so here's what I want us to do. Number 6 through 9, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. Trust me, it should not take you that long. It's just in words. Instead of it drawn out, look at it. Read it. Read it. 6 through 9. 5 minutes, go. All right, so let's go over this. Grayson, help me out with number 6. Angle 1 and angle 2 are vertical angles, so my key is vertical. If the measure of number 2 is 105, find the measure of number 1.
If my calculations are right, angle 1 will be 105.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to do any calculations at all because they are congruent.
I got confused on number 2.
Dakota, number 7. Angle B equals 48. What helped you?
I went back and I looked at the measurement and it said 90, so I took 90.
Good.
Complementary angles. Good. 90, 42 gives me 48. Awesome. Amari, help me with number 8.
Supplementary means 180 and 64.
Shh.
180 minus 64.
Okay. 180 minus 64, so P is... Absolutely.
Hey, this is easier. Now
So I'm showing it to you in different ways because sometimes you'll see it where it's drawn out, and other times you'll see it where it's words.
I like the word.
Okay, which is funny that you like the words on this, but you don't like the words on some of the other ones.
I know.
These are not confusing.
I don't like
Oh, these aren't confusing?
it.
Madison, can you help me out with number 9?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, I thought Oh, I remember. Well, sorry. A linear pair are like I mean, they would be beside each other. So wouldn't they be like equal in the same degree as each?
Nope, not necessarily. Linear pair means they're going to be side by side, but they're going to equal 180.
Oh, it would be track. Wait,
It would be what?
hold on.
That would mean angle 1.
Oh, it'd be 67, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because angle 1 plus angle 2 has to equal 180.
And you know that 1 is
113. All right,
so
we didn't get into this down here. I know you're so sad. Because we have 5 minutes left, but you will have some of these on your homework. So let's look at number 10 real fast just to make sure you know how to set them up. This is just what we were doing before. Measure PQT is 3x plus 47. And SQR is 6x minus 25. Use the angle relations to find the measure of SQR. So you're looking for this measure up in here. So those are vertical angles, right? What do you know about vertical angles? They are congruent. Oh, so we would say 3x plus 47 equals 6x minus 25. Find for x, plug x in. So 3x equals 72, x equals 24. And then just plug it in. 3 times 24 plus 47. So that's 72 plus 47. 119.
That ain't that difficult.
That's all you're doing. You're still using your angle relations to look at things. Yes, Kaylin.
I have homework from last week because I wasn't here.
Just upload it into Canvas. Yep. All right. Please make sure you do homework 5. Do not forget you've got Alex
10
to do as well. Don't forget you've got those 10 to turn in by Sunday night at midnight. Don't forget that. And then I will see you all on
Except me.
Friday.
Yay. Yes, I would.
What about the girls that play with photos? Because I saw them, I think.
their homework is on their desk.
Oh.
But their name starts with a B. They should.
The one minute, 84. And I guess.